Welcome back to Ketter Gaming and our second episode of Felsbrunn Animal Run here. So this is our second episode, but really it would be the third from a recording standpoint for me, but we've had some technical difficulties, and my second recording did not come out, and unfortunately I did not notice until after I was done recording and in the editing stage. And so I've done a little bit of testing, and I think I've worked out the issues, but unfortunately what that means is that we've lost an episode worth of work on the farm. So I'm just going to take a quick walk around and show you guys what I've done. You'll notice first off that we've got a Mahindra. I had decided to buy the Mahindra when I was back down at the shop. I was going to pick up this little Strutman trailer that we had down there, and figured it wasn't worth driving the tractor all the way back down there just to haul that trailer up. So I bought this Mahindra as a part of the pre-order. I had this, so I figured it'd be a good excuse to get that and drive it around, and it actually pulled that trailer up the mountain pretty well here. And just as a test, I wanted to see if I could get a pallet in the back of it, which I can, and it's even latched down with the straps, so pretty happy about that. And we went ahead and bought a bunch of animals, and so if we look at this, we've got now a total of 29 black and white sheep to go along with the 5 of the other kinds that we've got. And we filled up the grass and water for them. And so we're doing pretty good here. Productivity's at 97%, and actually we're about to get another animal out of the deal from the reproduction. So our reproduction rate on these is pretty good now. And as you can see, reproduction rate is based on the type of animal. So I'm going to assume that we're just going to continue to get more black and whites out of the black and white, but that'll also be a test to see if any of these others change over time outside of their own reproductive rate. So I'd expect these to stay even and grow at the same rate as they reproduce if I don't buy any more of them. And I plan on only buying these black and whites and to see how that works out as kind of an experiment. So we've got plenty of grass, we got plenty of water, and cleanliness is not doing too bad, so I can hook the tractor up here and run the loader to clean that up. So let's go ahead and do that, and I will talk a little bit about some of the other stuff that we did. We didn't do a whole lot. We mowed this whole open area here, and it's already started to grow back now that we've passed time a little bit. And so I've been running the time higher. I've slowed it down right now just to catch up on some things and take note of where things are at. But I could probably put this back up onto about 30. I just don't want to have to play during the nighttime right now. And we were making wool at a pretty good clip here, so I just want to make sure we're going to be able to clean out the wool area, get it stacked up on trailers. I've got it, the one in the back of the Mahindra. Unfortunately, I'm really sad that the video didn't come out because it was a pretty epic fail on my part as I was trying to get that pallet stacked up in the back of the Mahindra. I think I just said bale, but I meant pallet. And this bucket is incapable of scooping this up. That's unusual. It's just grass, right? I should be able to scoop up grass with the bucket. Well, I'm very confused. Let's try the loading wagon again. I know I can get it with the loading wagon. I've done this before in other episodes, I thought. So let me just straighten this out here and give this a try, because I'm very, very confused right now. Yeah, so the loading wagon's working, the bucket's not. I wonder if that's an issue with the bucket, or... I'm really, really confused right now. Huh. Well, let's go ahead and just drop that there. And maybe we'll go into the garage and we'll look at our bucket. And the bucket seems to indicate it should pick up grass. Oh, maybe, well, weird. Maybe just because I didn't have the bucket as the actively selected tool at the time? It shouldn't matter. Huh. So strange. Alright, well, we don't know. But what we do know is we gotta finish doing the walkthrough of the things that we have left to do. So I'm gonna jump in the Mahindra here. Oops. And we're gonna try and zoom out. Wow, that's super annoying. Okay, well, I guess we'll go on first person. I'm guessing that this pallet behind me is screwing up the camera. And of course, if I drive in the grass with the Mahindra, is it gonna knock it down? It does not appear so. Perfect. So the other thing that we did in the previous episode is that we planted this field as grass, and as you can see, the weeds have taken over, which is a little odd. I guess not unexpected, but we're gonna have to get a sprayer, but we don't really have any money, and so we really need to go sell some of this wool. And so that was the intent of stacking this up, is to just go see how well we're going to do off of this wool. I think each pallet's 1,000 liters, and it looks like that's going to be 1,100 for one pallet, which, if I remember right, we are completely in debt and we're negative. So this is not even going to get us out of the negative, but I figured it's worth it just to kind of see how this is going to work. So I haven't been down to the spinnery on this map yet, so I figured we'd take the Mahindra for a drive and go check it out together. So that's what we're going to do, and it's a pretty speedy vehicle. That's why I figured I'd take it down there, because we'll get down there pretty quick and be able to check it out. Whoa, good thing we've got roll bars. Can I get unstuck now? Am I too top heavy with the pallet on here? Let's try this. Nope. How about reverse? Oh, this is annoying. I mean, I figured I'd be a little top heavy, but this is pretty crazy. Alright, we're gonna just go park this guy back up at the yard. We're gonna be careful not to drive over this grass that we want to mow. Whoa, we gotta be careful. We're driving like crazy guy. So I'm gonna go ahead and, as long as I'm right here, before we go on our little adventure, and hopefully, I do not crash again, because that will be super embarrassing. I'm just going to go ahead and scoop this pallet out of the zone. I'm really bad with the forks, in case you couldn't tell. Alright, I can't talk and do the fine-tuning on the forks at the same time. I'll have to get over that eventually, but we're going to go ahead and just set this gently on this trailer, hopefully. Now, this trailer is not hooked up to anything, and it's leaning down a hill. And so, in reality, this is probably a terrible idea. But we're going to try it anyway, because we have not shown that we are overly smart. Whoa, 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 whoa. Alright, now, I want you to go back on the trailer. Back on the trailer. There you go. And then if I hook up to this trailer, is everything going to go sideways? Or can I now... Aha! That's what we thought. Alright, so now we're good to go. We can let it keep generating more wool while we go on a little adventure. So, let's go ahead and get in cab again. And this time, we will not set it at max cruise control, and we'll use a steering wheel so it's less jerky. So if we look up here, we're going to go all the way down the mountain and into town and down to the spinnery. So yeah, this thing is actually a little loud. We might have to check out how this works out on the recording this time and make some adjustments in the next video. I'm always trying to make some improvements. Still learning where all the roads are. I thought that was our road, but our road should be up here past the lumberyard and a little bit more obvious, I think. Yeah, perfect. So we're going to keep making some adjustments and try to make the videos better here as we go. It's been a really interesting experience. It's definitely a learning experience for me to try and learn the best way to do some things in the video recording. And really trying to think out ahead of time what we're going to do in a video to make sure that I'm not stumbling over myself as we go through this has been more challenging than I thought it was going to be. So I'm trying to put a little bit more forethought into the videos as we go through things. And honestly, I'm recording this one in kind of a hurry back to back with the one that I just recorded, since none of the recording was usable material after I was done with it. And so we're really starting from scratch, trying to fill in the gap here with a pretty big gap. I mean, we did a lot of work in the last video, did our planting and stuff, which we won't probably do any more of that for several more videos. So those kinds of things are a little bit disappointing, but it is what it is. Technology is sometimes just not your friend. I love that the trains are driving around on their own on the map. So there was a train up on the bridge there above us, and it just really adds to the atmosphere, the environment, to see other things moving around on the map. All the flowing water and sound effects from nature are also just very awesome. So especially riding in like an open cab like this, you can hear the waterfall running when you drive by. It's just really cool. So we're getting down here at the bottom of the hill here. This is our nearest gas station, and so this will be where we go to refill. Like I said, though, we don't really want to be driving up and down the side of the mountain all the time. And so we're very likely going to get a fuel trailer soon. We don't have a lot of money right now, but fuel trailers aren't that expensive, and it'll be nice to fill that up once and then bring it up to the top to keep our machines going for a while. So that'll kind of be the plan when we get there, I think. If I remember right, and I haven't played on this map that much, we keep going on this road until we get to the shop, and then we're going to turn left and go by the shop and down into town. Let's see if we can pass this guy without tipping over. So we're going a whole 35 miles an hour, and we're passing all the traffic. It's one of the things that I do find a little annoying is that, well, you don't want the traffic going 60 miles an hour down the road. It could go a little bit faster than it does. It's just unrealistically slow. That cars are going slower than they would in a residential area in the States. So. And I'm not super familiar, but I think if we go under this overpass, And I think I'm going to have to bring up the map. We want to go through this. Check to see if cars coming. Oh, there's pedestrians even. That's cool. Oh, there it is. We haven't seen too many people walking around because we're up in the mountains. So I think this thing had blinkers. Alright, so we're going to just jimmy down here and see if we can, oh no, find the spinnery drop off. We gotta control ourselves. We almost flipped over there. So I think if we go up here, over here it looks like. This looks like the drop-off. So, how do I unfasten? Is that key? And then I think I can. That lowers the tailgate. How do I dump it, or can't I? Well, let's just try the old-fashioned way. Let's put this tailgate back down. And then if I go really fast backwards and then slam on the brakes. Yay, so that was, as we expected, 1,108 for the wool. I really think that this price goes way up above this eventually. But that's all we got for now. So, that's not really worth trying to sell the rest of them right now. So I think we're going to need to just go back up there and get some grass and try and sell the grass straight up. We can sell grass for a whole $81 per 1,000 liters. How much do I have in this trailer? Oops, run the time while it's dark here, and just try to get back to daylight again. It looks like we've got a fair amount of grass in this trailer, but I don't remember exactly how much. So we got 23,000 liters, and so if we were to sell that at, let's round up to $100 a liter, or $100 per 1,000 liters, that's a little over $2,000 in there right now. That's not even worth the effort to do that. So we're going to take this back up to the top, and we will mow some more grass and fill up our tank, because we do want to be ready for more animals. Because if we look at this, the food is starting to go down a little bit, which is good. And we've already got our next cow, and we'll have another one in 29 hours there, so that's pretty exciting. And so we just need to go up there and start doing some field work. And we won't be able to afford a sprayer just yet to take care of those weeds, but that'll probably be our next purchase, because it'll be pretty cheap to get a small sprayer to be able to handle our fields. So I'm going to run back up the hill here, and we'll see you guys in a little bit. Alright, so we're back up at the farm, and I think we're going to go ahead and put this trailer back on the Mahindra, even though it's a little bit ridiculous. And we're going to try and load the rest of the bales up on here. We do have 2 more ready to be loaded now. And so if I just unstrap this, turn off that, we'll load these bales up, and then we'll go do some mowing. Actually, before I do that, I am curious how the worker's going to do on the field mowing on his own. Because part of the reason I picked to plant this field in grass was that I was hoping that I could leverage the mower to do, or the worker to do some things for me when I'm trying to multitask. So this will be a good test of that, I think. So we're going to go ahead and just get him started. And since we're going to ruin the grass driving over it anyway, we might as well just mow our way over here and then start a worker out. Alright. He looks like he's going, and then he's going to lift up when he turns, I'm sure. Alright, well, he's off to do that. We're going to grab this. And then we're going to back him up somewhat responsibly. Turn it on and just clean up this mess. And then make sure that they're fed. Alright, we'll just back this up in preparation for picking up all the stuff that we're harvesting right now. In fact, we'll turn it on and just get it up here a little ways. And it really, really helps when you're using a loading wagon if you lower the implement to the ground so that it can actually pick up the grass. This is something you might not know. So this is me sharing how to play the game. Go back. It also helps when you drive straight. Just saying. Unfortunately, these are not skills that I possess, so there'll be a lot of backing up and going forward and backing up, going forward, over and over again here. We'll have to hopefully get better with practice. Alright, time for the silent bale setting. And it's not a bale. Why do I keep calling it bale? It's a pallet of wool. Alright, here we go. Here we go. We're lined up. No. Why is one lined up and the other one's not? This makes no sense. Alright, backing it up, turning it to the right. Got it. Alright, now let's see if we can do this without making a mess. So, level it out, raise it up, drive it forward. Drive it forward, and lower it down. Oh, okay, like this. So much. And done. Oh yeah, that's the best stack pallet I've ever seen. Alright, time to do it again. You can tell that my building isn't placed completely square with the north and south on the map, because I think that that's why my pallets are placed slightly crooked to everything else. That's okay. Everything's slightly crooked with me. It's a-okay. Alright, so... Whoa, no. We don't want to do that. That would just make a mess. So we're going to just put this up here. And go for a gentler drop-off. Perfect. We're just going to lift this up and maybe... forward and give it a nudge. a little nudge. Just a little nudge. Just a little. Get around the trailer there. There we go. Alright, we're happy with that. Looks like our mower is almost done over here, so we're going to go ahead and take this loading wagon and see how far we get down the first strip. And that'll help us determine if we need to do the headlands here where we're going to be turning around, or if we just don't care because we're not going to have enough room to store the grass. That's kind of my threshold for doing more work, is really whether or not there's going to be any value in it. So I don't appear to be getting a whole lot of grass here, but also the headlands probably aren't going to be worth that much to come back and do on this end at least. And, looks like not quite getting there. Alright. I probably will pick up a windrower at some point. There's a cool American one that, or American style one that rakes it in a V, so it's like a windrower and a tedder all at once. So we're probably going to pick that up. I am going to do the headlands on this end though. So we're going to go ahead and just stop the loading wagon for a minute and jump over. No, let's jump over here and strap this down, and we're going to pull this out of the way. So if we can just zip this up and over, don't go down the hill and tip over, that would be bad. We'll park him right up alongside the shed here so that when I pick that up I can just set it right on the trailer here. That'll make a lot of sense, I think. So we'll do that. He should be out of the way. And then as soon as this guy's done mowing this swath here, we'll take him back down to the other end here and we'll pick up the rest of the grass in the open area. So I think we'll be able to fit all of that into the loading wagon here. So what do you got? Turn that on, this down. And I lied. We're down here. We might as well do the headland. We got plenty of time. This big Emma has a lot of horsepower, but it's even pulling going over some of this rougher terrain, which I find interesting. Wow, the grass in the field's already grown back. That's pretty impressive. I don't have access, but it lets me mow his grass still, it looks like. Alright, we're just going to do the long parts here, so I think one more round, and then we'll see how full the loading wagon gets here, because I don't want a ton of grass just laying around. It has been known to cause lag in the server from time to time, so we just want to be cautious and make sure that we're not going to cause any more technical difficulties than we need. Yeah. FS19 seems to be in a bit of a fragile state right now. There's some various bugs and issues. Alright, so we're going to park him here because he should be out of the way. And jump over here. And let's go ahead and pick up some more of this grass. Turn this on. I think what we'll do is follow this run around the headland first. So this is a good little setup. This loading wagon works pretty well. The Big M is obviously really efficient. I just wish we'd maybe not spent quite so much money, because we're kind of in a pinch being so far in the negative right now that I'm not sure we're actually making as much as we're costing on a day-to-day basis right now. The bank loan is actually pretty steep every night. And if we never get enough to start paying that down, we might be in a negative spiral here. So, oh, and that's not cool. Our grass is sticking up through the cover. That looks terrible. Well, hopefully they'll patch that at some point and make it work more appropriately. Get this lined up a little bit better here. Yes, I know. It's not my field. Alright, well, we're definitely going to get full. So I'm going to pick up this grass that's out in front of the field. Because if we continue to run the worker along the same line, that grass windrow will actually continue to pile up. It should be good. So we'll get more per run, a little bit easier then. Maybe not the most realistic, but it makes our lives easier from a gameplay perspective to some degree. And since we yielded better than I initially thought we were, we just don't have anywhere to store it all. And so at $81 per 1,000 liters, this is just not even worth it to haul it down to the barn. Because we just wouldn't get that much money for it. That would be like $5,000 for this trailer full. And that's just really not worth the effort to drive down there, I don't think. But we are in debt, so we might think about it here. But let's just drop that here for a second and make sure our water's been refilled, since it's been a couple cycles. There we go. We'll drop that off. And yeah, it's been a pretty successful episode. We got a fair amount of grass out here ready to go. And if we look at the field, we can see that our grass field has not showing up on the map. Our grass field is now harvested and starting to grow again. It does still have a single stage of fertilizer on it because of the way that works. We mowed the weeds off, so that's not really a thing. But we'll probably get a liquid fertilizer sprayer so that we can do the second run of fertilization and the weeds as needed. I'm hoping that lime never becomes an issue because we're not really fully harvesting the grass and it regrows. So I'm hoping that lime isn't a thing on grass fields. Because that'd be a little bit annoying, I think. But we'll see how that goes. And so, I think that's going to wrap up the episode for today. We made some good progress. We've got 3 bales loaded up, 3 pallets of wool loaded up on the trailer here. I think actually I'll be able to smash those in and get to a total of 6. And so I think the goal is going to be to process 6 pallets to sell at the same time. And so I'm gonna kind of keep an eye on the price here and see if it goes up above the, I think we sold at like 1100. Obviously it's gonna drop right now because we sold, but we'll keep an eye on it and see if that goes up to a higher price, and we can catch that and give it a sell. And if we get through into next episode, I'll probably pass a little bit of time to start out the next episode since we've wrapped up our current jobs. We might go and do a couple contract jobs just to make some money on the side, and yeah, see what's going on. We'll probably even sell this load of grass that we have here, because like I said, 5,000 is actually enough to get us out of the negative at least. So I think that we'll do a couple of those jobs next time. But I think that's all for today. So don't forget to hit that like and subscribe if you're enjoying the series, and leave your comments below. I'd really love to hear your feedback and thoughts on what kind of jobs you'd like to see me do, ideas on what we should be doing to get out of our massive amounts of debt. And we'll probably sell this cedar, to be honest. It was a terrible purchase. I talked about it when I bought it. Yeah, we're staring at that going, why did we spend $100,000 on a cedar? So we'll think that one through here next episode as well, and go from there. So thanks for watching. Ketter out.